Good evening and welcome to our Parent Education Night, organized by the Contra Costa County Office of Education. Our goal tonight is an important one. We're going to make sure that everyone on this call is aware of the many amazing and free resources that are available to ensure that your learners keep their nose in books throughout the course of the summer. We're so thrilled and grateful to have the Contra Costa Library as our partner in facilitating this event. We appreciate their partnership and all the work that they do in our communities relating to literacy and beyond. We all understand how important it is to encourage a love of reading in our learners, regardless of their age, and we know how important it is to ensure that they continue to learn over the summer break. Our presenters tonight are all passionate leaders in education, and they all have expertise in ensuring that every student has a joyful and positive experience as they learn to read. Thanks so much to Erin Roberts and her team for designing tonight's presentation. Thanks to the Contra Costa County Office of Education Technology Services team for their back-end support, and thanks so much to the County Library for their partnership. Go ahead, and next slide, thanks, Michelle. So as a reminder, there's closed captioning and live translation available in over 20 languages during this presentation. Please go ahead and follow the instructions on the screen to enable the settings that will allow you to best participate in tonight's session. Again, thanks so much for being here. With that said, I'll turn it over to Erin Roberts, our coordinator of ELA/ELD at the Contra Costa County Office of Education. Erin, thanks so much for your leadership. It's all yours.
Thank you, Nick. We wanted to take just a minute to introduce a strong partnership that we have between our County Office of Education and the Contra Costa County Library. Together, we work to ensure that there is programming available for our students. And tonight, we're here to highlight some of those free resources over the summer. We want to extend an exceptional welcome and thank you to both Jessica and Adriana for being here with us this evening. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer Renner.
Good evening. Thank you so much for being here and helping your children to reduce that summer slide. So we do know that 2 months of reading skills are often lost over the summer if children, as Nick shared, do not keep their nose in the books reading. And in the fall, 6 weeks are often spent relearning old material. But the great news is just 2 to 3 hours per week are needed to prevent the summer slide. And we know children won't gain as much from summer reading if they are not truly enjoying it. So tonight you will learn ways to get your children excited about reading and learning with free resources available through your local library, including both in-person and digital options. And at the end of the session, we will also share some additional free resources. So now I'm going to turn it over to Adriana to get us started on learning about everything the library has to offer.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out. I'm going to start sharing my screen here so we can get to the presentation. So my name is Adriana Nino. I am the Teen Services Librarian for Pleasant Hill Library. And with me tonight is my colleague, Jessica Lilja, who is also here at the Pleasant Hill Library. So I'm going to start tonight with just a quick introduction to the library and our general resources that you get with your library card. So the Contra Costa County Library is a countywide system of 26 branches. So your card gives you access to all of these locations in the county. It does not matter where you sign up. It does not matter where you live, honestly. As long as you're a California resident, you can get a library card and you can use any of our branches. So a library card is free and it is available to any California resident. It doesn't matter if you are actually in the county or not. As long as you have proof of residency, you can come to one of our branches and get a library card. If your child is under 13, there is an additional form that will have you sign as the parent or guardian. But if they are over 13, they can come down by themselves to sign up for a card. The only thing someone needs is a picture ID. So that could be a student body card, and then a proof of address, which is just any old piece of mail, would work fine to hit those benchmarks. So a library card, once you have that in hand, will give you access to thousands of items here within our county, including physical books, DVDs, CDs, the list goes on and on. You can also have access to a lot of digital resources that we have. And the great thing is, even if you can't provide proof of address right away, we do have other options for you. If you go to our website, you can sign up for an e-card. At least that will get you access to our digital content and some of our digital resources so that you can get right into summer reading before you even come down to the library. And like I mentioned, we are 26 branches. So you can pick up a book at one branch and return it to another branch. It doesn't matter where you get it. We are just one library essentially with a lot of doors in a lot of places. So feel free to jump around and visit all of the branches. We all have something a little different to offer. Another great resource that we have is a service called Link Plus, which is an interlibrary loan service that we have. So if we don't have a book that you're interested in, we can search with that outside of the county and we might be able to get you that book. So it doesn't hurt to ask, just come up to the desk if you're having trouble finding what you're looking for. And as a reminder, the library went fine-free in 2019. So back in 2019, at the very beginning of the year, we wiped everyone's slate clean. So even if you had some old fines from back in the day, those no longer matter. Back in 2019, we wiped everyone clear and we went fine-free, which means you don't incur any day-to-day late fines anymore if an item is overdue. It might still incur fines if something gets damaged, of course, but at the end of the day, we're looking to get books in hands, and just come up to the desk if you ever have questions about activating your card again or how to deal with anything fine related or resident like proof of address. We have other ways to help you guys if you don't have ways to provide proof, including just mailing you something. So it doesn't hurt to ask. So as I mentioned, we have lots of digital resources. The big ones that a lot of people are going to be looking at are Libby, Tumblebooks, Flipster, Press Reader. These are all digital ways that you can read books online. Our digital ebooks, our e-audiobooks, and even magazines. And these are actually offered in many languages as well. You'll be able to find books in Spanish, Persian, Mandarin. Press Reader is great. It's one of our newest e-magazine resources, and it offers international publications as well from over 120 countries. The big things that will be great for your students amongst our digital resources are things like Canopy, which is our streaming movies and documentaries. And it has a Canopy Kids edition, which is free from your credits that you get each month. Everything on the kids side of Canopy, you can watch as much as you want, and it even has content in other languages as well. BrainFuse is one of our big ones for our students. It is a free online tutoring service that we offer to anyone with a library card. What it is every day, I believe it's from 1 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There are online tutors that you can be matched with live and across multiple subjects from kindergarten all the way up to kind of college prep. It offers math help, language help. It even has a writing lab where if you are writing a paper and you would like it to get reviewed, you can submit the paper and someone will look it over, and then you'll get a response usually in a day or two with some recommendations on how to improve your paper. We also have Rosetta Stone. So for those kids who are getting into language learning in middle school and high school, and they want to do some extra practicing, or an adult, if you're just looking to improve and continue your education, we have Rosetta Stone. And then Explora, which is our resource database. And we offer that in 3 different levels for students. There's a elementary school, a middle school, and a high school level. And so as I mentioned, if you're ever having issues and you need help finding something, always reach out to a librarian. We have many ways that you can get in contact with us. If you're in the library, just come up to the desk. But we also have other services. If you go to our website during the day, we have an online chat help function that when you're doing a search, it usually pops up in the corner. So if you're having a difficulty finding what you need, you can chat live with a librarian, and it's going to be a librarian within our county. It's not something that's outsourced. We also have services like personalized picks, which I'm going to jump over to our website in just a minute to show you guys. And then, of course, we have great book lists and other staff picks. So if you're not sure where to start, we have a ways to help you get going. And then another great resource before I jump over to our website is Discover and Go. So with your library card, you can use a program called Discover and Go, which will get you free or discounted tickets to local museums and attractions in the greater Bay Area. So that's an amazing resource, especially for the summer when you're looking for something to do now that the kids are home all the time. And if you're looking for something fun to do as well, there's some of those live like science, what is it? I'm blanking my mind. There's a lot of kid-oriented locations though as well. And you can search by either the venue or the search by the date when you're looking at Discover and Go. So there's lots of options. They usually refresh each month at the beginning of the month. So if what you're looking for isn't available right in that moment, just keep an eye out. We refresh it each month. So I am going to go ahead and switch over to our website and give you a little bit of a look around on how to find things. So as I mentioned, if you don't know what to search and you're kind of at a stopping point and maybe your kid is looking for something new, they've run through all of their favorite series and now you don't know what to move on next because there's only so many Harry Potter books or Dork Diary books. Some great ways to find something new. If you go to our website and hit browse, you can move over here to our reading recommendations page. And reading recommendations include many things. So we have just ways to find newer books in our system. We have a whole slew of staff pick books on lots of different topics for all different ages. But if you want something a bit more personal, something just for you, you can fill out a personalized picks for form. Let me just do that. And this is where you can put in your personal information and exactly what you're looking for, the age range of the book you're looking for, what format, if you prefer ebook versus paper, or you want in print, or even digital content like graphic novels and audiobooks and e-audiobooks. And then you'll fill out other information like genre information. You'll also say maybe what you've enjoyed in the past and anything else. Like if you're not quite sure, you can be as broad or specific as you want. And what that will do is it's going to go to one of the librarians here in that county, and they're going to put together a pick list, usually about 5 or 6 titles long, curated just for what you want, and then they'll email that back to you. What's great is we do keep a history of what we've sent you in the past. So if you used personalized picks in the past, make sure to say that, because they will double check if we have sent you something before to make sure that we're not duplicating and you're getting the same titles again and again. So, and then other ways to find great books. If you go over here to the kids page, you'll see as it loads a running carousel of just ways to start. So new items that we've gotten in different formats, and then even DVDs, so chapter books, picture books. And then you can see here at the end, we've kind of aggregated and put together in one place the ones just for kids. So these are some of our more recent staff picks lists that we put together for children. And you can kind of run through. And this is another great place to start, especially for summer reading, if you're not sure what to start or your kid wants to start a new series. You can see some other recommendation lists down there as well. So let me go to, where is it? Oh, services. And so if we're looking for Discover and Go passes, that's going to be kept underneath our services tab. You'll just hit services and then you'll go here to Discover and Go. And that's where you can search for the passes and the venues that you're interested in. For our readers of different languages, we do offer books and audiobooks in other languages, including Spanish, Tagalog, Farsi. If you wanted to find an easy way to find books in other languages, what you can do is just hit browse and then go to our international languages tab. And that's going to give you a couple headers for the collections that we have the most titles in. And then that helps filter down your book searches by language to make it a little bit easier for you, because we do have thousands and thousands of books, so sometimes getting started can be really hard. Okay. I think that's, oh, digital resources. I wanted to show you that first before we head back to our presentation. So you might have seen it when I was on the kids page. They showed a couple of different resources there, but if you want to look at the big picture of all of our resources, right here at the top, you're just going to go to our digital resources home. That's going to kind of show you the major ones that are our most used or most popular. And we do have specific ones for kids and for learning help. So here's where you could find BrainFuse and Explora, including, and then also things for our kids who are still getting ready for school, or maybe kindergartners, preschoolers. ABC Mouse is a great way to start, especially it's a fun place to play around in too during the summer, just to make sure that they're kind of prepping for the upcoming school year. But if you wanted to browse everything we offer, you can just hit see all, or you can go over here to A to Z resources, and that's going to show you the list. And it goes down quite far of everything that you can get access with your library card. All right. I think that's everything, or at least a short, slow, small picture of what you can get with your card and what's available on our website. But for now, we're going to go back and I'm going to hand it over to Jessica, and she's going to explain a bit more about our summer reading program and how that works here in Contra Costa County. So let me just skip forward.
Yes, my name is Jessica. I'm a librarian with Contra Costa County in the Pleasant Hill Library, and it is my genuine pleasure to talk about summer reading. Summer reading is very close to my heart. This year's theme is Find Your Voice. It runs from June 1st to August 5th. The theme is about expressing yourself, telling your story, and that everybody's voice has the power to spark change. So our goals with summer reading at the library are to help pre-readers practice their skills, get used to books, so when they do go into school, books aren't a new foreign object. It's something not only that they're familiar with and comfortable with, but something that they love. We want to help prevent summer slide, which we talked about already, help close that gap for kids who aren't doing any schoolwork during the summer, and to remind even adults that reading can be fun and it's something that we do for pleasure. So summer reading is about reading what you love and just enjoying reading as a hobby. So we have two programs for summer reading. We have a 0 to 3-year-old pre-reader program. This is what the reading record looks like. You're going to see the cover, you're going to see a list of activities that you can do on the back of it. So we ask that for every 10 minutes read, you mark off one of the stars. You can also do an activity and mark off the star as well. So you don't have to fully read your whole summer. We want you to interact with your family, interact with the library resources, and interact with the community as well. And then this is our 4 and up all ages reader passport, excuse me. So kids 4 to 5th grade, teens and tweens, and then also adults will all use this same reading record. Last year, we introduced a sort of popular new feature where you can choose your own difficulty. So you can either read for 20 minutes or 40 minutes and mark off a musical note. We got some feedback that the adults found 20 minutes was not enough reading, and we were like, okay, great, read more. So you'll see some similar but different activities that you can use to mark off one of your musical notes. We also have an online program if you would prefer to mark your summer reading online. We partnered with the California State Library to use Beanstack. So if you don't want to use paper, if you want a greener way to mark your summer reading, each library has a QR code inside where you can scan it and go straight to our online program. And instead of coloring in stars and musical notes, you earn badges for the time that you read. And the great thing about the online program is if you have filled up a passport and you want to keep reading, there's extra badges for you to earn as incentive. So that's sometimes a fun way to do it. So how it works is everybody's going to receive a prize who completes the summer reading program. So if you complete it, you get a free book and either a pin or a sticker, a little enamel pin like that we all wear on our lanyards. And then you get entered into the larger prize drawing. So we have prizes on a branch level, and we have like super countywide prizes that you could possibly win. You can only do the program one time for prizes. So usually we'll catch you if you enter multiple reading records. You're not being sneaky, we know you're doing it, but we are encouraged to see you reading a lot. So again, yeah, you can use your printed record or your online one. Also, if you do it online and turn in a paper reading record, we're probably still gonna catch it, but more power to you. Once you complete your program, you can bring your passport into any of the 26 branches. The online program will generate a certificate and an email that says that you've completed the program, and you can pick out your book, you can get your pen, and you'll automatically be entered in to win the prize. So you can see some of our prizes for this year on the side. They range from a puzzle, some games, a waffle maker this year, some speakers, some like techier prizes. So we really try to find stuff that will satisfy the youngest readers all the way up to the older readers.
And if I could just jump in real quick,
Please do.
some of our prizes are age specific. So for example, we have a prizes at the branch level and the countywide level that are teen only prizes. So for those entering 6th grade to 12th grade, they get a special little drawing that is just for their age group. That includes what you can see, some of the things you can see here on the screen, like the donut maker and the vlogging kit, as well as one of the grand prizes this year, which is one of the digital Wacom drawing tablets. So if you have a kid who is really into digital art, that's one of our grand prizes this year. So we do have some things just for the teens. So another great way to encourage your reader is that they have something just for them that only their age group can win.
You can see we do try to pair our prizes with our theme, which is why you could possibly win a podcasting kit, start your own podcast, and really share your voice. So you want to move on? Another great thing that the library offers for summer reading is lunch at the library. We partner with the state and the school districts to provide free lunches for kids in lower income areas who really depend on those school lunches and then suddenly for 2 months just can't receive them. The last thing we want is for our communities to go hungry. So there are some locations, not all locations, that participate. That includes Antioch and Pruitt libraries, Concord, Rodeo, Crockett, El Cerrito, El Sobrante, Pinole, and San Pablo, Pittsburgh, and Bay Point will all have pop-up library services either at school sites and then lunch at the library. Most weekdays, I think, if not all weekdays. Either kids can come sit down at the library, get fed, do an activity or see some sort of presentation to keep them engaged, or they can grab a to-go box just as they're passing by. So it's really important to us that no kid goes hungry during the summer. And this is for, I believe, 0 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then some libraries will provide, I think, family food boxes, depending on the area. So some of the programs that we have this year, we have the Bay Area Discovery Museum bringing their exploration stations out to, looks like Brentwood, Bay Point, Pinole, and Danville. This is a really fun program that we've successfully had in the past. It's like a whole truck just filled to the brim with interactive activities. I think they have a laser cutter, all sorts of like really fun things to keep people engaged. And then we're gonna have some virtual programs as well. Some lettering, some origami, some like fun family programs that anyone can attend either in the branch or virtually if that's easier for people. And then for weekly activities in the library, we also, if you come in every week, we'll have like take home passive programming that they can grab to keep them engaged during the summer. So I think our first week is to do a self-portrait of yourself. We'll supply some or all of the materials that they need to complete these weekly activities. And if we don't supply them, they're usually like things that are easily found in the household. We do have events for adults as well, because summer reading is for everybody. Our virtual events are more nature themed. We're having the bird watching program. We're having the Rose Hill Cemetery Voices from the Past, and some East Bay Park other gems. So keep an eye out for those because they're coming to a computer screen near you. And I think that's a pretty good rundown of summer reading. If you guys have any questions, you can totally reach out to us at the library, the County Office of Ed, or raise your hand now and we can take a look.
All right.
Thank you. That's so much amazing information and all those free resources. Especially love those, the Discover and Go, to go see museums and theater and really build our students' background knowledge, which supports their reading. So thank you. I'm going to turn it back over and share our screen. I'm going to turn it over to Michelle.
All right, so as if you did not just get enough resources from the library, that was pretty incredible, the amount of fun that you can have this summer just by having a library card. So that's amazing. Thank you so much, Adriana and Jessica. We also have some additional resources here that are pretty specific to elementary age children, but are other digital resources that can be used to help your kid read this summer. So there's a bit.ly on the screen with the website, or if you have your smartphone with you, you can scan the QR code to get a list of all these different websites that can also be used. Some of them have pretty extensive ebook libraries, like the Unite for Literacy website and Storyline Online. And then some are just fun, like Starfall is excellent if you have a primary aged child in pre-K through first or second grade. It offers really great learning games that will keep your kid engaged and also keep their brain working. So we are really excited to just be able to share all these resources with you. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Erin Roberts.
Thank you, Michelle. I know some of my favorite memories with my girls are going to the library during the summer and being able to pick out some new books and then enjoying them together. I want to extend a special thank you to our Contra Costa County libraries for all of the work that they do on behalf of all of our students. Adriana and Jessica, thank you so much for being here this evening and for sharing with us all of these wonderful resources that are easily accessible, whether in person or virtual, but it does really expand our learning and knowledge of the world around us. So thank you very much. I want to extend a huge thank you to our amazing superintendent, Lynn Mackey, who is always continuing to support literacy and reading for all of our students in Contra Costa County. And without her support, we couldn't do all of the amazing work that we get to do each and every day. We have many educational partners on this call. We also are recording it, so it will be accessible at a later date for you to be able to go back. Maybe you saw something that looked like fun and you want to be able to think about how you could use it or where was it. But we want to thank you for all of the support that you give to your children each and every day. And we are here to be able to partner and to be able to support. So if you have questions, you have a number of places to reach out. And we want to thank you for fostering a love of reading with your children. And with that, we're going to kind of close out our evening. And we want to thank you for your attendance.